Okay, good morning. I'm just waiting for others to come on so I don't have to repeat myself. I'm not going to greet anyone and I'm not going to take any questions once I've said what I wanted to say. Please. I'm sitting here with my pastor and with Angus. And I think it's in the light of what has happened in the last year is that certain things, and I know by me saying what I'm going to say is the threats have already started when I put the post on, because I had told a couple of people what I'm going to say this morning. They are fully aware of what I'm going to say or of who I'm going to name, but this is where I have to go with my faith. If I believe that I'm living and trying to do something for my country, when the tough decisions come, when the tough decisions come, this is where a leader has to stand up. And unfortunately this morning, that task has been given to me to stand up. I can admit to you, it's very uncomfortable because it's not in my natural character to do what I'm doing now. But I believe it's in the interests of the South African public and the South African children. Just to announce that my rehab is fine. There's armed men appointed to the rehab. I've had to put armed people at the doctor's house. The security is costing me huge. But I'll somehow get through it. And I trust God I will get through it. And I know that I believe in God that I'll get through it. So just to, thank you very much, Leslie, just to assure people who've got their sons in my rehab, I have got armed guards there now, so they are protected from inside and outside. And there are armed guards at the doctor's house where she's got children. The viciousness of the South African public has virtually forced me to do what I'm doing today. I did speak to other people, and they said they would take care of it, but they didn't. They said they would release a statement, but they didn't. I never thought that Anthony Hall would ever come to the day that he has to have armed security guards around his farm. It's a double whammy because it protects my farm more, it protects my mom, it protects my sister, and it protects all the addicts who are in recovery even more. Armed guards at my girlfriend's house
is there for today and tonight?
Is something that I never thought that I would bring upon her. But in the sign of a leader, when we lead, sorry about that. When a person is called to lead and is called to lead by God, and in the good life, it's okay to lead when everyone's slapping you on the back and telling you how great they are. When they start opening pages of hate against you, of people I've never met in my life, 99% of them, and making up stories to try and discredit me, has been a whole attempt.
Anthony said I was actually to go live.
Been a whole attempt
You are alive, okay.
There's been a whole attempt
Okay, just interact there with him.
by a certain section of this public
Thanks, Doc. Right,
to defame me, to deframe me,
She's there.
and to break me. I'm doing today what no other human being has ever done probably in this world. They're going to go live, and I'm going to name 2 out of the 3 confirmed spies in South Africa. But first I must take you back. I met Neil the Beer. He came to see me in Worcester, and I gave him a hearing, and I very much enjoyed his company. South Africa, it will be easier for me as I feel now is to turn this phone off and go to my farm, or go to my girlfriend, or go around the country, or go around the world. It'll be the easy option. What I'm doing now is not easy. Let me tell you, I'm a public speaker, but this is not easy. Because I don't do these kind of things. I'm not a fail cut, I never have been. And I liked Neil the Beer. I thought it was good fun, and we had good laughs together. But then I saw something that I wasn't really keen on, and I saw Neil as being an opportunist. And I checked out his background like he checked out mine, and his doesn't add up. I then one day was walking out of a hotel room on the ground floor in Mossel Bay, and a white bakkie stopped, and a man jumped out and said, "Ek is Steyn Weppenaar. Ek volg jou op Facebook." I said, "Dankie," and that's what I started calling him, Oom Steyn, because when I got to know him better, everyone called him Oom Steyn. A man I still got huge respect for, don't get me wrong. Man that I still got huge respect for. I then was at a casino at Empress Palace. And a man came over to me walking who was busy playing there, and said, "My name is Advocate Wesley Barnard." I lied. He said, "My name is Wesley Barnard." I said, "Advocate Wesley Barnard, pleased to meet you." He said, "Let's start a political party." I said to him, "What is the ideology? Where are we going to with this? Because I can see on your Facebook, and I saw on Wesley Barnard's Facebook, he's right wing. He's very right wing. And so is Steyn Weppenaar." So he then said to me, "We'll go down the line, but we'll fight for whites." I said, "That's great. I want to fight for whites too. But I will never fight if I don't fight for coloured and English as well. And I will never fight if I don't fight for the black people of South Africa. I will never do it." So I was a verlig in a verkramp area. But I let it be. I let it be. We had our first meeting with Wayne and at Empress Palace with Wayne and Malcolm. And we decided, okay, SAFA was going to be the name. Let me put it categorically here. The only 2 people who have worked for SAFA, who've done anything and used their own finances, is Rafik Ferguson and myself. You've seen Wesley Barnard on live once or twice. You've never seen him promote SAFA in the way that we have travelled around. We've received no money. I did, and I will admit it, eat at the restaurants of Steyn Weppenaar, who invited me. I never invited myself ever. And he did take me out for supper on a couple of occasions, of which I paid once, and he refused me to pay the others. He wanted to pay. So I never went there to scrounge. Wesley Barnard has given me nothing. He's given me no legal advice. He's given me absolutely nothing. The reason Wesley Barnard left SAFA, friends, listen to me very clearly, there are 12 witnesses there. The reason Wesley Barnard left SAFA, because on a Saturday afternoon, this is what went down in the meeting of the Olive Garden in Bloemfontein Guest House. Steyn Weppenaar said, if Anthony Hall gets assassinated, and there is he's got a credible source to say that there is a hit on my life, what are we going to do as a party? I was shocked, because I would have thought, what are we going to do to protect Anthony Hall first? Leave the party can come after the funeral or no funeral. Barnard then got upset with Steyn in front of the doctor, in front of Pastor Ferguson, in front of his wife, in front of Angus, in front of AD, in front of Advocate Barnard's girlfriend, a lovely woman by the name of Carly or sorry, Pearly or something like that. Can't remember. Marley or whatever.
Bob.
And they discussed my assassination in front of me. Leslie Barnard heard that the previous night at Legends Restaurant. Leslie Barnard is not on the executive of SAFA, heard that there was a credible hit to assassinate me, spoken by Steyn Wepenaar and Advocate Barnard. And Advocate Barnard didn't respond. And after that meeting, I was speaking to people and I said, why didn't they discuss getting me security? I'm a president of a political party. No one discussed my assassination. All they discussed was who was going to take over the party. That's when Steyn Wepenaar and Advocate Barnard got into a massive argument, because Steyn Wepenaar said if Anthony Hall gets shot, it's the end of the party, because Anthony Hall is the party, which I didn't agree with, but anyway. So the next day, or that night, Advocate Barnard, because these days we don't resign with a telephone call or a handshake, we resign by SMS.
Sure. Come on.
He sent me a long WhatsApp which still makes me cry to this day. And the reason he was left was because Steyn Barnard said no one else is capable of leading the party. Now no one can deny that with 12 people there. No one can deny what went down there. Absolutely no one could deny. So then Barnard had things to say about Steyn, and Steyn had things to say about Barnard. Some of it was on open failure. I knew something was up then. How a man who'd been an advocate can suddenly just move away that evening after everyone hated Steyn Wepenaar. And I love Steyn Wepenaar. I still love him to this day. I love the man. But I will obviously just take my counsel. Is that his wife, I love Zelda, lovely people, Chandra, his children. One thing I found weird, I was speaking when I'm on the road, and I'm a man who calculates everything. Well, I was never invited to his house in Bloemfontein. I was invited to his house in Mossel Bay, but that's not his house, it's his temporary house. But I was never invited to his house in Mossel Bay. I went into his work, and I went into his restaurants. And I ate there, op the aandrang from Oom Steyn, because he said to me one night, Anthony, I've got 10,000 rand you have to use to write off tax, you can eat. And I would normally have a burger and chips. One night I had a piece of rump steak, it was lovely. Let me tell you, the food at Legends Restaurant and Edge Restaurant is top of the range, but I believe Edge is closed now. The food at Legends Restaurant in Bloemfontein is the best. It's brilliant. No matter if it's a burger, packet of chips, or whatever you like. Then, my friends, something was not plain. I would sit for hours with Steyn Wepenaar. I would sit for hours. Steyn Wepenaar never gave me 1 cent. He did fill my bakkie that I sold for 208,450 rand. He did put 1 tank of petrol in there. Besides that, he never opened his wallet. He gave me nothing. He forgot about talking to me about the attack on my life. Barnard then went on a little tirade on Facebook, where he spoke about things, but he did not mention his golf. He spoke about me going to the casino when I met him at the casino. He didn't mention his girlfriend falling asleep at the casino at 5 o'clock in the morning. He didn't mention anything like that, and I left it. I left it. He went on to give 20 points what a leader should be, and I left it because I know how to lead people. I've been leading people all my life. But the thing with leading people, you expect the backstage. So Barnard went on about me. And Steyn said, just leave him. You know, I'm not going to quote Steyn what he said, because that's unprofessional and irrelevant to this conversation. Then I went back to Steyn and we met in Mossel Bay. Yes, where he's grading his new factory. And I took him inside his room and I said, Oom Steyn, because I'm probably older than him, but I spoke to him with respect. Oom Steyn, I've got something to tell you. I've got 2 bits of information, credible sources that give me all my informations. There are 3 spies spying on the South African people. He looked at me and he said to me, who are they? I told him. He then looked at me again and he said, Anthony, I will sort it out. Thank you. I will sort it out. Our relationship, where we were in contact every day, went down from that day. It went down silently. There was not much speaking. Then the last time I saw Spioene was also in Bloemfontein. And I've always got a witness with me, so no one must try to talk nonsense here. And I said to him, what are we doing about these 3 spies? Our country's burning. He said he's got connections in the UIN and he's got connections in these other 2 places. I said, what about my life? What about your words, Spioene Wepener, of a confirmed assassination on my life? What about that? I've got a daughter, I've got a mother, I've got a sister, I've got a girlfriend, she's got children. What are we going to do about that? The man did not answer me. I got in my car and we drove down to Cape Town. A week later, for the first time since I've known Spioene, and he's been in Cape Town a lot, he came to the farm. And he walked around the farm everywhere and he said to Kurt and my sister, he can't believe how beautifully run, how well-mannered the men are on the farm, and how beautiful the farm looks. His words, not my words. What I picked up was Spioene Wepener and Barnard was when they phoned me, they said to me, Anthony, you're upsetting the right wing. Keep quiet. You're upsetting the right wing. Keep quiet. Anthony, don't talk so much about the right wing. They're not the enemy. The EFF is the enemy and the ANC is in the enemy. That came from Barnard, who's a self-confessed right wing, and Spioene Wepener, who is right wing. Leave the right wing alone. I said, I won't. I said, I will attack the right wing because as much as they call in the black the K word, and the white and the black people are calling it the whites whatever they want to call them, that's not a sign of leadership. We have to lead with integrity. We have to lead with dignity. I can't put one man over another man because of the color of his skin. I refuse to do that. In life, I will never be known as a man that hated anyone who didn't have the same color skin as me, as has been proven in the last couple of weeks. So what I've had to go and do, when I made this announcement, I'm going to announce 2 of the 3 names today. The other one is because of legal reasons. We're going to wait till that legal case is finished. It doesn't give me pleasure. These were credible sources which I shared with my vice president at the time. And he was going to come back to me. And then he suddenly resigned. Noting that he's got a business to run and noting that he's very busy. I understand that we're all busy in life. But I cannot have given him information that has been detrimental to my life, that there are now armed guards at my farm and armed guards at my girlfriend's house. Ladies and gentlemen, as a leader, as myself and Rafik and Angus sit here this morning, as a leader, and leave it about a political party, just as a leader of humanity, I have been derided, vilified, and all the pieces came together today when I got a copy of a bank statement who the bank transfer was from, who turned on me. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been set up. I've been set up hook, line and sinker. And thank God my intuition came into play that I wasn't that stupid.
Come on.
The only thing they had to still do to me was put the bullet in Anthony Hall.
Come on.
And they can't put it in. They can put it in afterwards if they want to, but they can't put it in until I say what I've got to say. We saw the bank. It's on the same computer that they hacked my banking account. So I'm going to ask God, I know it's going to be a horrific day, a horrific week. I don't take pleasure in it. I just want to tell you my 2 sources. One is in the African National Congress high up, and the other one is a white woman. Very connected in the Afrikaans community. I'm saying, I'm alleging now. because I don't know. She told me the 2 spies are, and I'm going to put it onto this Facebook. The 2 spies are allegedly Isak van Zyl from the Boerelegion and Wouter de Toy from the Zuidlanders. The same names I gave Steyn webinar 3 weeks ago. This has been one of the hardest broadcasts I've ever had to do. But the man you're looking at now, I don't have to hide away or make stories up because I gave it to Steyn webinar and to my girlfriend and to Pastor Rafik, my executive, 3 weeks ago I gave this information. I can't suck it out of my thumb now. That's the way it goes in life. I will rather go to prison than reveal my resources. That's my democratic, humanitarian right. I told Steyn webinar 3 weeks ago. I told Pastor Rafik 3 weeks ago. I told the doctor 3 weeks ago. This is the information that I've got.
It's Wynand de Toy, not Wouter.
Sorry.
Okay.
I've just been corrected here by my lawyer. It's Wynand de Toy, not Wouter de Toy. Wynand de Toy from the Southern Cape and Isak van Zyl, the head of the Boerelegion. If I'm assassinated, people, my lawyers have got everything. And my farm's protected and my girlfriend's protected. You'll never get near them. Don't shoot the messenger. Listen to the message. God bless you.
Come on.
In life, my dad taught me, if you want to find out who's behind your character assassination, follow the money. God bless you, people.